Back to the top, I'ma make it. Niggas just can't take it. To the top, I'ma make 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 it. Niggas just can't take it. Yeah.
Yes, sir. It's New
12
Year.
in a row, baby.
New Year, new us, new kingdom.
We can't
You know
lose.
what I'm saying?
Even though it's a new year, we still keep getting wins.
We still can't lose, man. Shout out everybody, man. Happy New Year. Hope you guys enjoyed your New Year. We back. We got everybody in the house tonight. We're going to talk about it. I mean, tonight was a great win. The Spurs, I know it's the Spurs, but we looked on point. Kyrie's dunk. We got to talk about Kyrie's dunk. We're going to talk about Seth looking good tonight. TJ Warren was looking good tonight. And then we're going to talk about a little bit about Ben Simmons. So make sure you guys hit that like button. And again, we're on all social platforms. Shout out to chat real quick. Chat, what up, chat? Mo, hey, what's up? Lou Bucks, hey, what's up? CDS Scott, hey, what's up? Jared Williams, shout out to Maya, shout out to Omar T, hey, Omar T. Oh yeah, prayers for Hamlin on the Buffalo Bills. We're sending out prayers out for him, man.
New news just came out. It's actively getting worse. He's listed critical condition. Has been
damn.
Who is this? DeRozan?
No, Hamlin, the football player.
What happened with DeRozan?
I thought somebody said DeRozan went down too, but never mind. That must be
I
something
heard
else.
that. I heard that too. But
yeah. Maybe I got confused what they were talking about.
Yeah. Shout out to Isaac, hey Isaac, all my mods, Brian V, Kawan Wilson. Shout out to you. Cypher was good. Jonathan Brown, hey, what's up? Cam the Hooper, Finlay Skills, DFS. Yeah, it's a new year, y'all. New year, we can't lose. We can't lose yet. We're not gonna lose yet in the new year. We got that first dub. Not much to talk about this game. Honestly, this game was probably over in, at least you say the first half. It was literally over in the first half. The first quarter. What I noticed from the first quarter, though, that I liked is I saw Ben Simmons and the team running sets. We win sets early on. The offense was looking kind of smooth. KD and Kyrie coming off screens in that first quarter. But this was just, if you watch this game, it was just a game of too much talent on one team and the other team just doesn't have it. You know, I know the Spurs might be in the tank for victor mode. I'm not sure. There might be one of those teams that are trying to get the top draft pick. So we weren't expecting.
They've still been scrappy though.
Yeah, they're still scrappy. But we weren't expecting a game of the games. You know, we weren't expecting no like.
It's Gregory's team. You feel me? So they gonna have something for us. But
put some respect on Popovich's name.
Gregory.
Kyrie in that first quarter had a quick 15 points. In the first 6 minutes, he was just going crazy. Kyrie's just been in the zone this past few games. Unbelievable. Now, halftime, the Nets led the Spurs 74-47. Papa was definitely not happy. Kyrie had 21. Yeah, Kyrie had 21 at the half, and Katie had 16. Shout out to Maya B. She said Katie got a haircut. I don't want to hear no slander.
It's about damn time, dude.
Man,
Katie, about damn time.
Just keep it right there, Katie.
This is coming soon. This is coming soon.
Wow.
I'm telling you.
Yo.
It's coming.
I mean,
soon.
are we gonna act like he didn't spray paint the bald spot? Like, what are we doing?
He got a fresh cut. He got a fresh cut, and it looks better.
My bro Katie had the freshie. I don't want to hear nobody talking about.
His shit was fresh.
His thing is crispy, bro. He got the crispy cut.
Yeah, that's all we were asking for him to do is get a crispy cut. That's it.
He spray painted his head. I'm not
talking about you. Talking about the hair in a can,
bro. You saw the bald spot.
It was going. It's
too early. It's too early for this talk. It's too early.
He did not spray his hair. It just when you cut it down, it doesn't look as obvious. When there's like an inch of hair, any bald spot's going to look worse than it really is. That's the reality. Got a haircut. Looks good. I'm happy he did it.
Yeah. Hey, bro, my guy look handsome, bro, on the court. My guy look on point, bro. He looked like an MVP now. Shout out to KD.
Shout out Mo. He said 69 points. 70. Oh, he has 70. Shout out to Donovan. Mitchell's going crazy. 71.
I mean,
damn.
Who are they playing?
NBA is just on time in this.
NBA is wilding right now.
Who are they playing that he got 71 against?
I don't know. Who are they playing, Rage? I don't know who
They're playing the Bulls, yeah.
Oh, they're playing the Bulls?
Bulls, wow.
That's
How
crazy
did he
because we played
get?
the Bulls.
He got 71 points, 11 assists, 8 rebounds.
I mean, it's OT. Like Kyrie could have got that. You remember when they took him out when he had 60 and it was like 10 minutes left? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know. But no, that's crazy though. I'm watching it. He's snapping. Yeah. He's a spammer right now. He got his Gatorade boost.
But back to the Nets again. The third quarter, it was just a complete blowout. 108-79. Katie and Kyrie both played 29 minutes, and they didn't play the fourth quarter. But that second quarter, I want to get everybody's reaction. Where were you? What did you do? What happened when you saw the Kyrie dunk of dunks? The Kyrie dunk contest dunks. I want everybody's reaction. So you go ahead, Saint.
I was cooking for my kids. And I got my brand new tablet, so I set it up and I was like cooking. And I literally dropped the spoon that I was doing. It made a big old mess. Like I was like, what? Like at first, my first thought was, no, that wasn't Kyrie. And then they're like, Kyrie. And I was like, holy, that was nice. Like Kyrie has hit a zone, a stride in this. I mean, shit, most of the majority of the team has, but that put
the
back
past 5 games, it's like he's just been in another zone. It's crazy.
And for me, the second, his 3, like for me, it was the 3 because everything else, like he was still able to hit his midi, he was still able to do some wizardry in the paint, but when he started consistently just hitting that three ball and just taking it whenever he wanted and almost hitting, I knew dude was in the zone. In this game, it's like right now wherever he's at, let's keep him there. Whatever space he's in, whatever he's praying to, whatever the hell is working for that man, whatever he's eating, I don't like keep this man exactly where
he's doing, but he got to keep doing it.
But keep doing it because dude. I yelled in the house and my kid came running like what? And I'm like, watch this, and he's like, ooh, damn.
Bro, I stood up like I was like, "What?"
It's the way he yammed it though. The sound it made.
But it had authority. There was authority to that.
Because I'm like, wait a minute. I saw Kyrie go into the basket when the rebound's coming out. So I just thought he was going to get the rebound and put it back up. But this man just jumped over. Who was it in that? Was that Podol? It might have been Jakob Podol. I don't know.
But I don't know. Wait, put that replay back up because I think I don't think he was on.
I jumped over, but like he I
went
think
by
Jakob
somebody. I don't think anybody was underneath. I think there
was somebody to the
left. Yeah, I think Jakob Podol was trying to box him out, or somebody was trying to box him out when it happened. And then Kyrie just like kind of escaped him, and then it was just crazy. Let me read the super chat. Shout out to Mark Rez. My guy Mark Rez getting ready to interview J Kidd and D Will in Dallas for the documentary. If the Nets win the chip, it would be icing on the cake for the Nets documentary. Yes, shout out to Marcus Reyes, man. That's my guy. He's filming the Nets documentary. Make sure you guys follow him on Twitter. It's gonna be a movie, bro. We've been talking behind the scenes, like this Nets doc you're doing. It's gonna be a movie, so we know what's up, bro. But yeah, back to this Kyrie dunk. Yeah, see, I think who was that? Number 20, O'Collins. 23 thought he was gonna get a rebound. He was like, let me get this rebound. It's Kyrie. But Kyrie was like,
with him. Yeah, try
him.
Yeah.
And Kyrie the whole bench except Cam Thomas got excited.
Damn, except Cam Thomas is crazy.
Or Cam Thomas was so in shock. Either that man was so in shock, but the bench lost it, bro.
Yeah,
Bro, everybody lost it. The damn mate, like the person that holds like their bottles, everybody lost their shit when he did that.
Jay said the energy was crazy in the building tonight too.
Yeah, he said that everybody stood up, like the whole building stood up when Kyrie did that. So wait, is Donovan still playing or is it over?
Yeah, it's over. He got 71.
71. All right. Shout out to Donovan, man. That's crazy. 71. Yeah. So again, if you watch this game, if you're joining us right now, make sure you guys hit the like button. We blew out the Spurs 139-103. Kyrie and Katie didn't play in the fourth quarter. Kyrie had basically his dunk of the year. Kevin had
dunk
25
of the last
points.
5 years for it, bro.
Yeah. Katie had 25 and 11 assists. Nick Claxton had 10 points. Kyrie had 27, 8 rebounds. And Steph Curry 16 points. Let's talk about Steph Curry tonight. He was 4 for 7 from 3. What did you guys think? Because there's been a lot of like in Nets Twitter people arguing about Seth Curry. He's got to go. Get him off my team. Trade him. But how are you guys feeling on the Seth Curry?
I've been telling y'all, bro, just give him time. Like he give him and Joe, like just give him time. You know, he gonna get back into it. Like how he performed in the Boston series let me know that, like, bro, this is he's one of the big reasons that those games were close. If you go back and look, he was giving us 20, 19 and all that. Shout out to Seth, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, this isn't really surprising. I think he's gonna get even better while he's here.
Anybody else want to get in there about Seth Curry?
Well, I will say this about. See, this is the thing. We've talked about Seth Curry, Joe Harris, Patty Mills, and I'll just throw Cam in there because I still think Cam is, he's on the level of at least Patty, right? Like he can still go out there and score. I don't have an issue with Curry by any stretch of the matter. It just all four of those guys are going to be streaky at best. And we have an issue that still, like, we still need a big. Like, as much as I like some of the things that I saw Dayron do, I also saw a bunch of things about him that I'm just like, he's still not ready, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's still not ready for consistent time with these guys in the NBA, right? Like, he's going to be a garbage man or a G League man at this time. I don't have a problem with Curry, and I love when he cooks. It's just my thing is like you have too many of the same similar things, and it's like, are you going to continue to service these guys out in there to just ride the hot hand, so to speak? Like who, like obviously, because you're going to know who's like tonight. Everybody was like Curry looked good, Joe Harris looked good, Patty, but it's somebody's got to go. Like, there's got to be room for somebody. Like, if we're going to get another backup point guard, which I'm not as, like, wanting that as much as I think we do need a big, it's just a matter. It seems like it comes down to Nets fan. Like, who do you like the most, right? Like, who are you more keen to? Like Curry. Some people like Curry. Some people like Joe Harris. Very few like Patty. Some people like Cam. It's just, I feel like somebody has got to go to make room, but it's like, I don't know. That's a tough call, man. It's like, I like Joe Harris's like size when he's playing with the other players, but then he's too inconsistent in the big moments for me. But then there's Curry. Curry's clutch, but then at the same time, when he's out there in the playoffs, he's too small and he gets hunted.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a tough one for me, man. But I mean, all in all, everybody does have, like, shout out to IO Bro too. Chemistry is everything. I was thinking that earlier in the game that everybody, at least at this point, whether it's Patty, Joe, or Curry, has built good chemistry with everybody else. It's just who's gonna go, who's gonna stay. Like, I wouldn't be upset either way, whether Joe or Curry stayed or left. Like, I think they both can contribute, but it's a tough call, man.
Let me read these super chats. Shout out to Callaway. I can never unsee that dunk. Kai, a god in my Julian voice.
Yeah, God.
Yeah. Shout out to Mark Rez. Kyrie, this is my city or this is my.
Don't disrespect him like that. Don't do that.
I think both of those are the two of the same. I think he meant both of those. I mean, I think it's the same thing. Basically.
It looked like he said city, but I don't know.
It's same thing though. If he said the other thing too, that basically means this is my city too. Shout out to Marl. He said, "Yes, sir. Wish y'all were doing open chat tonight." This game, like I said, I couldn't. It was just so good to open up the new year with a good win, and like Saint was saying about Seth Curry. Personally, I trust Seth more than I do Joe in the playoffs because like Seth is a gamer in the playoffs, bro. Like when you need a bucket, a clutch bucket in the playoffs, we've seen Seth step up multiple times.
Yeah.
So I know people kind of don't want Seth on the team because he's a defensive liability.
Yeah.
But shout out to Half Court Hoops. He did a great video about the Nets defense has changed where we scheme it up where we see less of us getting hurt by mismatches. And the Nets do a great job communicating. Whenever they see Kyrie or switched on to a big or Seth switched on to a big, they do a great job of communication, kind of like hiding those guys on defense. So I think we could still use Seth in the playoffs, and if we kind of use that scheme that we've been doing, trying to protect Kyrie and Seth at all times, because Seth is not going to get in the game, and he's gonna be usually playing in the second unit. So that's what we got to think about. He's not going to be playing. He started tonight because Royce was out, but he's not going to be starting. He's going to be coming off the bench, giving us like bench scoring.
And I think, to your point, we have more guys that we can bring in now too with them to cover up if they're getting cooked.
Exactly. We have ways we can hide Kyrie and Seth on defense because we have such a great amount of length and defense on our team. Guys that could defend. We have a better personnel than we did.
That's why I like
the past years. Go ahead.
I wish Joe. I wish we've seen more from Joe, like in more high pressure situations. Because I mean, his defense isn't as bad, but he's 6'6", he's bigger.
Yeah.
So it's a little harder to like little boy him.
Yeah.
You know,
it's not. It's like Seth and Joe's defense are not like Joe's not a super.
Yeah.
His defense is not way better than Seth.
He's just like 4 inches taller.
Like
he's heavier.
Yeah,
he's
you
heavier.
just can't bully him as much as you can bully Seth. Yeah,
exactly. He's just a little bit taller, and he's a little bit like
Like Joe can hold just enough till somebody either comes over and helps.
Yeah.
Or they switch off. But you have 3 super chats.
Let me read these. Shout out to Brooklyn Nets 11 W's. I'll be in Chicago for Nets versus Bulls. Nets. Next one is Paul. Paul said, I just want to know where the Nets are better without Kyrie people at. Kyrie is the most skilled and clutch player right now. Shout out to Paul. That's a fact. There were people who were saying we're better without Kyrie out there. Shout out to Hussein. Who's more of a threat to us, Bucks or Celtics? Celtics for sure. Celtics for sure.
Until we now we could say when we play them next, they'll be full strength.
Yeah.
And if we beat them, then it kind of like will give it like that game is really going to give us.
That's the test.
Like I think we are better than I expected it. A little early on in the win streak, I was thinking we were beating too many, bad teams that we should be enough to like really jump on the hype train. But towards the later of that, beating some good teams, like and just seeing how they're playing defense, they're not playing down to anybody. That I think that Celtics game is going to really be the barometer of like how serious and how well this team is put together, barring we have everybody back as well, which will be nice. I would like to play them full strength as well as likewise, like because I want to really see where we're at. But
we had a big test on Friday, but Zion just got hurt, so I thought we were going to play because we need to get revenge on that Pelicans team. But he just got a hamstring strain, so he might not.
I don't want to play no bum ass Pelicans without Zion. Damn, I was looking forward to that. That's crazy.
Is Zion and Brandon Ingram might be coming back by then. He should be.
Yeah, because I was like, that's going to be a huge test for us because the Pelicans are probably they're the best team in the West right now.
Dang, I wanted to see how Ben would deal with Zion.
Yeah, so but now that without Zion, it's like, we should still. I want to win still, but it's like now without Zion,
CJ gonna be there, right? CJ.
Yeah, CJ and BI should be there. I think BI is just coming off an injury too.
If CJ and BI are there, it's gonna be it's gonna be a little issue, but we should still win.
Yeah, I mean, is Zion becoming like the new is Zion becoming like the new AD, where it's like dude is like a hell of a player, but just every time he comes back and he goes like, dude, because his little stride that Zion was on, you go peep his stats, man. That dude he's insane, but I hope he's not going to turn into an AD because AD is such a great player, but
he's got to watch his weight because ever since he got in the league, everybody knows he's had to lose weight because it's so hard to jump that high with that amount of weight on you. What is he, like 3 something? I know he lost a couple pounds.
He's a big dude.
Big ass boy.
Big dude.
That's too much weight to be going up on.
He's like a football player playing basketball.
Yeah.
He has a God-given athleticism, but that was literally from high school lunch tables to even the most prestigious draft threads. Like the whole thing was his weight. Like you're not supposed to be built like that and jumping that high. Yeah, like, and that's not to be funny. Like, health-wise, it's not gonna last. Like, it's just not gonna last long.
Knees gonna disappear, bro.
And on top of that, like, yes, he lost weight, but there should be no reason pictures from you in college should be arguably your best shape of your basketball.
His perfect weight was literally like the first year of Duke, and then like him in high school, like that weight because he was like lean with like kind of like LeBron is. he was like lean like that, but like ever since he got to the league, he just added a lot of weight. So prayers out to Zion, man. So we'll see him. We'll see the Pelicans on Friday. If you're joining us right now, please hit the like button. The Nets just blew out the Spurs. 12 wins in a row. 12 wins in a row. Let's talk about Ben Simmons tonight. Ben, it's crazy. Ben. It's like every game. It's like we don't. People kind of say, does Ben need to score? We already got.
Yes, he does.
Yes, he does.
We already need okay, Ben doesn't have to score a huge amount of points, but it's better for him to be aggressive and score because it helps out our offense. It helps out Katie and Kyrie. But tonight, Ben missed a lot of bunnies, bro. He had like, how many layups this guy missed tonight, bro? I'm like, what was going on with Ben tonight? The passing was great as usual. The passing was elite. The playmaking was elite.
The defense his defense was good.
Good, but the open layups, man, I was just like, come on, Ben.
Yeah.
But how you all feeling about Ben's progression?
I mean, bro, at least like if he misses like it, so there's no way you should be missing layups, obviously. But as long as I see the aggression, I feel like I'm not too mad if I'm not too upset like if he's missing. But it's obviously bad. Like once again, you're 6'11", so we have to do better. But I'm more so looking for the aggression out of him more. Like the aggression to me is more building the aggression to me is more important than seeing him like hit layups. Like I just want to see him go more. Like, bro, there's no reason the man shouldn't be putting up a light 15 every game, So
shout out
it's
to
just a
Syfe.
bad game.
Right. He said 4 points, 9 assists, 6 rebounds, 4 steals. Not a bad game, but
not a bad game.
For at least 10. Yeah,
but remember
just offensively,
bro, we were cooking James Harden with stats like these.
Yes, we were.
Yeah, we were.
So, and I'm not sitting here. I'm not like getting ready to cook Ben Simmons, right? Like, I'm absolutely like you can tell what his playmaking has done for this team, especially in the zone that they're in now. The rebounding has helped. He's been another body that's been able to rebound for us, which has helped team rebounding. He's definitely gotten in their steals. We've seen him handle a handful of the top player on the other team and really shut him down if it's, like in a quarter. He's done real good jobs, because obviously Ben is not going to shut their best player down all 4 quarters. But it's a huge thing when he can really affect the star player, like especially in 1 quarter when this team is cooking, and that'll help you. That can help you win a game just doing that. Yeah. But and this is the thing. I look at it. It's like where we've seen him play such intensity and high energy on defense, but then when it comes to offense, it's like. I don't know, because there's a handful of times where I feel like there's just one individual in front of him, and you're telling me like he can't just go against that guy, and it's usually not somebody that's like an all-world defender. It's like
smaller.
Or small. Yeah, we've seen it against smaller. We've seen people close to his same size, a little bit shorter, where it just I don't get it, man. It's like sometimes he just I don't know if he is afraid. Right. I can definitely tell he's gotten more lift than he did in the beginning of the season. But like that play you just showed right there, a lot of his scoring that he's done has been, with the exception of that, like he's had a couple put back dunks.
Yeah.
But it's mostly like this weird, like, I don't want to say lazy, but just kind of like not putting a ton of effort into like this weird, like kind of hook shot, a floater.
It's weird because every game it's like he changes. It depends what mood we're gonna get. If Ben is in like an aggressive mood, we're gonna see him go downhill, be strong, be aggressive. And if he's not in that aggressive mood, he kind of just floats out. He'll still play defense, he'll play make. Yeah, but
that's the thing. I don't know. Is it his mood or is it still his body? Because I think like when you read the chat or you look on Twitter or people talk in spaces, it's like everybody kind of has a mixed bag on what it is that's like really holding him from at least getting 10 points, 10 to 15. And people are like, well, he's still scared. He doesn't want to go shoot free throws. Other people saying, well, it's still his back. He doesn't have his lift. He doesn't, it just, whatever it is. I even tweeted out during the game and somebody, kind of got butthurt about it. I'm just like, bro, I just gave him positives. I love this. I love that. But like, I don't think it's too much to ask for like at least 10.
Yeah. The only thing about why I don't say it's the back, it's just like he's been naturally timid like this for his whole career. He averaged more points in Philadelphia because he was the second option. So he just naturally had a higher usage rate, had the ball in his hands more, so he would average like, 14, 13 points, right? But I don't say it's his back. I mean, it could be, right? I don't know everything. I don't know how he feels, and he doesn't really speak about it too much. But the reason I just say it's just him not being aggressive is because he's just, he's really has been timid like this his whole entire career. And we've seen him turn it on, like in the Bucks game. To me, he literally played like his perfect game. He literally displayed everything that I want from him. He had like 14 points, played good on Giannis, did everything he needed to do, was very aggressive. And I don't know. We've been asking, the NBA world has been asking this question for like years, and none of us know. We didn't know then. We still don't really know now. We know he has the potential to do it. And
But Julian, let me ask you a question, because I people responded.
Let me read this. Let me read this to 2 super chats, and then you go ahead and say. Shout out to Callaway. She said Ben don't gotta shoot, but he gotta score. Shout out to Conch, said, do y'all really think we need another big? I don't fear the Bucks. I think we just need to guard JT and JB. Most teams are small ball anyway. Keep Ben. Shout out to Conch for the super chat.
Well, I can throw this question to you, and Julian, go for it. Like, I keep people saying, well, he doesn't need to score, right? Like, people were trying to argue the fact that that they don't even care that he doesn't score at all. And I kind of was like, there's no way you can tell me that the coach, or even in the game plan, they're not encouraging him to attack, or they're just saying, no, hey, that's fine. You don't have to score at all. Just pass the ball around and play defense. Like, there's no way you could tell me the coaches don't want him to be a little bit more aggressive, because if Ben just attacked, like, you could even, Julie, maybe put a number on it, AJ, when you guys answer. If he would just attack, 5-10 times a game, maybe, like, how much more that would also open up, because there is going to be times where the other team's defense is going to be that great guarding our players, and Ben is going to be able to have like a one-on-one lane with a guy he can beat off dribble. And if he takes it in, and does it consistently, at some point that's going to free up these other players. Like, they're going to have to pay attention to Ben if they're playing defense on Katie and Kyrie and whoever's out there, knowing that they can hit an open shot. At some point, you'd have to pay attention to Ben.
That's exactly what the problem would be. Like, exactly.
And that's where I'm coming from, where it's like, I don't even care if he scores.
Yeah.
But attack.
You got to establish yourself as a threat, so that the defense respects you. And
I know in these regular season games, like the 4 points, we're not going to care about the 4 points, whatever.
Yeah.
No.
But in the playoffs, that's what we're going to need Ben to.
Boston will take advantage.
We're not saying he has to get 15
other teams can't figure out you're a weak link and then target you, and then you not be able to doing anything about it, so you got to go on the bench.
Yes.
At least all we need from Ben is, like I said, 10, 8, and 8 in the playoffs. 10, 8, and 8 is our sweet spot for Ben in the playoffs.
Do you guys think that, because this is the other thing, I think Louis Shah was talking to you on Twitter, I don't remember, but he's saying, why force it? And it's like, well, what I'm seeing out there is not a moment that that we're asking him to force it. We're just talking about we've all seen it, where there's been multiple opportunities where there's just been one man under the basket or even near it. And Ben will not, and has a clear lane to it.
Because every time he'd be on the fast break, and then I'm like, oh, he can just go ahead and take it.
Yes,
he has a wide open layup, and then he'll pass it up. I'd be like, oh.
Yeah, so I'm not asking him to make something that's not there. I think we're just talking about, there are multiple times during a game where Ben Simmons has one player in front of him, and he could easily take it at the rack. That's all I think where I'm coming from. I'm not asking him to just go force a shot up.
Yep.
But I'm asking him to take those moments where it does let the other team know, hey, we can't just ignore Ben in the open court.
I'll make you pay.
Yeah, they're going to make him pay. And if anything, get the other team in foul trouble, even if he doesn't make his free throws.
Mm-hmm.
He can get a lot of people.
He could get a lot. Exactly. That's all I'm saying. Like
he had a nice take today on Jakob Poeltl, but again, he didn't. He just stopped doing it after that.
No,
look at this play right here, like that. You're telling me there are multiple times he can do that in a game.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Shout out to Cypher. He said Ben has not made a free throw since November 25th. He's gone 0 for 9 since then.
That's a nasty ass stat.
That's a disgusting stat. Cypher, why you do my man like that?
No, Cypher's a stat man. He's just telling you what's there.
But Ben does. I just want to say, like I've been saying that I've been having that same fear that Saint said, and I just want to say, like, Ben has time, but we have to understand that against the really, really good teams like Milwaukee and specifically Boston, they will take advantage of everything that, you know, Saint just said. They will take advantage of that, and they will use that to apply immense defensive pressure on KD and Kyrie if he doesn't, you know, so he has to eventually start doing that.
Because Julian, you think about like Ben's, they say Ben's our Draymond Green.
Yeah.
But if you watch the Warriors, Draymond might have games where he has 5 points, 6 points. Yeah. But he has a lot of games where he's always in a, like, going to the rack and getting buckets, like getting those attack mode buckets. Mm-hmm. He'll never find a game where Draymond's shy to shoot, because he'll take a three once. He'll shoot a three if he's open, or he'll go to the rack if he's open. You know what I'm saying? He still puts pressure on the defense, even though he'll have 8 points for the game, 9 points for the game. He'll still put pressure. You know
exactly. Yep. That's how what he's always been.
Yeah. Shout out to Mikey. Mikey said, how much of Ben's issue can we attribute to sensory overload, in the sense that we do have a ton of offensive options? Now he usually looks for assists to more quality shots more than his own points. I never said that it was like the overload, in the sense. It's not about the overload, because there's games where we see Ben attack. Like, this is what I was saying. Is it a mood thing? Because there's games where I see Ben go to the rim and dunk, go to the get by to his defender and slam it, or go back and get a layup. So it's like,
are you talking about that stretch of games where
the
where
stretch
he was
of the
going
5
off
games,
and then I guess his knee acted up? Yeah.
But then there's other games where he just loafs and just doesn't train.
We're really not asking him to create anything. It's just when you have high percentage looks, which you're gonna get a lot because you're 6'11", you take them. If somebody is 6'8" and below and they're not, you know, really good defenders, that's all you. Yeah. And that's 6'8" below. That's 3, that's 2, and that's 1. All 3 of them positions you can eat on. Like, we're just asking him to take his high percentage looks. And it's not the end of the world. He has time to get better. We've seen him display, you know, we've seen him display aggressiveness and score whenever he needs to. So it's not the end of the world, but it's just something that he does need to tighten up on.
I think Nets fans are trying to figure out if it's his body or is it his nerves.
And that's what I'm. I mean, that's why I asked that question, bro, because it's like it makes you. It is a little perplexing, but how many times, like we saw it tonight, right? I'm going to use Day'Ron Sharpe for an example. Tonight, towards the end of the game, I saw the coach. I saw like a couple of the players like pushing Day'Ron Sharpe to come up, hit the pick, and then cut to the lane. And I think he got 4 points off of that. It happened twice. And that's the other thing too, is I think at times they could do that with Ben as well. Yeah. And a part of me wonders too, is like, you know how like with Joe Harris, they used to run a play right out of the gate to get him going. I wonder sometimes too, like, see there, like, dude, there's so many guys that guard him that he can take off the dribble. Like, you're telling me this guy can't set a pick and crash and catch a pass and lay it in better than Day'Ron Sharpe? And I wonder if that's in the coaching scheme at times, because I wonder if you did get him involved a little bit more and run a couple of those plays for him, like, I wonder how much more it would help him get aggressive, right? Like,
remember when Kyrie said, "Shoot it, Ben"?
Yeah, like Kyrie was saying, like, dude, just get out there, just attack, just score, just shoot. Like,
that's why I don't think it's a part of the coaching scheme. I really think it's just sometimes he's timid and sometimes he's not really into it offensively when it comes to scoring. You know, you just shoot it, Ben. Like, put the ball in there, bro. You good. I just think he just doesn't know how to fully commit to his opportunities sometimes. He has the ability to, like we see, but I don't know. It could be his back, but I'm not familiar with back.
I agree with Cypher here. If Ben unlocks his drive, we're going to be exactly like. Nice. See, that's the thing. We're hitting a stride right now that is utterly beautiful and amazing to watch. Like tonight was such a nice. Like this is what I've been waiting for. Like play a game where that the starters don't even have. They didn't even play 30 minutes today.
Yeah.
And it's like, imagine if you unlock Ben to some degree where he's like just driving to the basket and not either being concerned about his body or in his head or whether he has to shoot a free throw or not. Like, and he starts doing it consistently and effectively.
Mm-hmm.
Woo!
Yeah. Big body Ben. I'm trying to see I'm trying to see big body Ben, y'all.
No, we're not crying about anything. This is just one of our topics. Like, Ben is still a work in progress, and I'm getting what's driving me crazy is that when you bring up something that people perceive negative about a player or something that he can work on, it's like
they always say we're crying when we talk about other subjects. Like, what do y'all want us to get up here and just
nobody up here has said get rid of Ben.
Yeah, we're just saying.
All we're saying is like, bro, we love his passing, we love the defense, we love the rebounding, we love what he's doing on this aspect. Yes, we're playing amazing basketball, but imagine if Ben can unlock the last part of his game, which I'm sorry if you're not watching if you don't think he could do better offensively in attack. Like. It's not a terrible thing.
They don't like us being realistic, bro. They want us to just champion. We champion our Nets. We love our Nets. Of course, we're a Nets page, but we gotta be realistic.
So we're just gonna like go about everything like everything's perfect.
Yeah,
like there's when things go bad, let's just not mention it. And you know what? Because even if you win 12 games in a row, that means you're gonna win the championship. It means that. You're going to win the championship.
We're in stride. I mean, because think about when we play the Celtics, right? Like, imagine if Ben is attacking while playing the Celtics as well.
Yeah, this right here, man. This is what I need from right here.
That's what I need.
People should be happy that we have a 12-game winning streak, and there's still things that we have to get better at.
Oh, bro, yeah. I'm happy Ben's here, bro. Let me
at least we're not criticizing the team, and we're in the midst of an 11-game losing streak like last year.
Yeah, facts. If you're joining us right now, the Nets just beat the Spurs, 12 wins in a row. Let's talk about. Shout out to My Holy King. We'll talk about T.J. Warren. That's our last guy we'll talk about tonight. T.J. Warren was just 9 for 13 from the field. He had 18 points off the bench, 2 steals, 1 rebound.
If this dude keeps it up, he's got to be like the best player off the bench of all time. Like, this is insane. I don't know.
I wouldn't say best all time, but dude, you got to give.
Obviously, that's a stretch, but like he's playing so well.
TJ Kukoc.
Oh, TJ Kukoc.
TJ Kukoc. That's a good one, Julian. That's a good one.
No, never again.
No, never again. That's still funny, Chubbs. Come on. Hey, you got shout out to Sean. You got to give it up to Sean Marks, bro. Like, I don't care what anybody says, but
it was funny when
I'm saying, is it okay to give Sean Marks a little credit for this offseason or no? Or
no,
still like he just can't do nothing. Like,
no, I'm gonna give him credit, but like it's just sad that he did all this after KD put pressure on him. Like, it took KD requesting a trade, saying it's a wings league, for you to actually sign wings on his team. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying let's bow down to him. I'm saying like, no, I'm not saying give him an A+, but like you get a C+ to B. Like, you did good.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I'll give him his credit. I'm just saying it's sad that KD had to do all this to get the team, like, you know, that he wanted
to wake everybody up. Not, you know what though, AJ? As painful as our phone calls and text messages were during this off season, I'm glad he did it, because it's exactly. I'm glad he did it, because think about it. He doesn't do it, and he just sits back and he doesn't say anything.
Steve
Is
Nash
Steve
is still
Nash
here.
still our coach? Does Sean Marks pull his head out of his butt with some things? Does he try to like? I mean, honestly, I think it was probably the best thing that the Nets. I think in some level, whether you want to call it humbling or not, I think it was the best thing that was needed for this team.
Yeah, and you think about it too. Like, if KD never requests that, well, when KD requested that trade, I think Sean Marks was panicking. Like, I think he was definitely panicking when it happened, and it set him back and made him reassess. Like, yo, I gotta really lock in and get the players I need this season, or I might lose my job and I might lose KD. So it's like there's
a lot of job security in this organization this year. Yeah. From Marks to Kyrie, like a lot of people on there expiring contracts, which is kind of crazy.
Shout out to Marl. He said TJ is the comeback player of the year, and it's not close. Shoot, I hope he wins it. Man.
Bro, we have so many mid-range demons. Oh my god, you know KD and Kyrie shooting 58 from the mid-range, bro.
Oh, 58?
57 and 58, some shit like that.
Goodness. Yeah, they just
we've been feasting at the mid-range.
Just eating.
We're the best mid-range team in the league, man. But again, I'm super happy about this next 12-game win streak. We just got to keep it going. On Friday, it's going to be a good test against the Pels. We played the Bulls before that.
The L's?
So, the L's.
L's.
We played the Bulls before that.
The Lulz.
Are we going to can the Bulls be a trap game? Y'all think that's a trap game? Or no?
Dude, at this point, any of them can be a trap game.
The Bulls January 4th on Wednesday. Think that could be a trap game or no? I don't know.
I feel like they're probably demoralized. They depressed right now.
After John scored 70 on them?
Yeah, they destroyed. They it's gonna take a while for them to get back emotionally.
On top of that, you gotta think. Look at how we played versus them last time.
Yeah.
Versus how we're playing now. It's a completely different team. Like Kyrie had 2 points. Ben Simmons was arguably a shell of himself. We had no.
That was the Bulls game, wasn't it?
Yeah. That was the Bulls. Like we had no Seth, no TJ even. Like Yuta wasn't even getting the burn he was getting. We looked crazy versus the Bulls.
We looked nasty.
We looked bad.
But hey, the one good thing about this win streak, I think too, I had this thought, was that I feel like this win streak and the team hitting a stride and gelling has really woke them up from them playing down to competition.
Yeah.
Like you can tell they're enjoying this so much that they want more. You can see that it's bled into the role players. Like
I think the players fed into it so much. Like they want to keep the streak alive. Like they're kind of like it's a competition again. They're making it like they're protecting the streak.
Going into it.
Like they think about the energy that we're not.
They can fuck around and hit. No, they can fuck around and hit 20 just off the desire to want to keep this alive. Yeah. Like this, it's a beautiful thing to see.
And the energy that they're not. See, that was the thing, right? Think about how many times we watched this team play down to competition at times, not play good basketball, struggle, expend so much energy. These dudes damn near playing 40 minutes a game to just like get back in the game and then try to hold it. Sometimes they didn't. And now you're watching a team that has hit its stride and they're having to expend less energy. Like this is what happens when a team gels and you have a coach that is setting players up for success and they are running some levels of play also with the ISO ball. Players are not having to expend as much energy, which is keeping them fresh. It's keeping them away from injuries. It's like, this is what I've been waiting for. I'm excited. I'm stoked for it because it's like at this point, you could easily go into the next few games and win them. I mean, what, 2 more and then we tie, or I think what the win streak is for the Nets is 14 and we're at 12 right now.
14 for Jersey and Brooklyn, because I know people were saying that last stream that for the Jersey Nets in 2003, was it? 2000, had 14 in a row.
Darius Garland ain't even play tonight.
Oh yeah.
Play.
I was gonna say about the Nets. Oh yeah, like what Sam was saying, the way we played against the Spurs tonight, that just proves how much like the Nets want to protect their streak, because it's like usually we do play down to competition, but we played the Spurs tonight like it really meant something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it was a good, like they're an elite team. You know what I'm saying?
Once we caught rhythm, it was basically over. Like even if that Kyrie dunk, it was like result was going to be the same.
We took this game serious. Like we played hard and we took this game serious, even though the Spurs are not they might be a tank team. We still took the game serious.
I'm to a point where I'm like 100% confident that we'll beat pretty much all of these teams that we're supposed to beat now. Before, bro, we would have lost so many. We would have lost to Charlotte. We would have lost this game. We would have lost like damn near every one of these last.
We would have lost that Cleveland game.
We would have lost. We would have got slapped.
Bro, imagine if Nash
we would have lost by 30
still right now, bro.
We would
have lost by 50. It would have been a record.
Oh
it's
my
not
God,
even that.
Nash
we
was
would
our
have traded
coach.
everybody already. We would have been
Oh
tanking.
damn!
Like, it would have been crazy.
Yeah, that's all I got tonight, though. Appreciate you guys, man. Again, hit the like button. This next win streak is not going to end anytime soon because you know what it is. Every stream we be manifesting a win for the next game, and it's been working. So tonight we're going to manifest the win on Wednesday versus the Bulls. So spam those W's in the chat right now so we can get the manifestation in the air and win this game on the Bulls on Wednesday.
Dude, I'm emotionally drained, bro, because if you think about, like, I should be more excited that we're on a 12-game win streak than I am right now. like we're all like, we ain't got nothing to talk about.
Yeah, we really got like, what is it to talk about?
We're gonna get out of
like,
here early. It's like, bro, like just from off season till now, the first 6-7 games we had Nash to now Coach Vaughn. Like, think about it. We're not even complaining about the coach anymore.
Yeah.
It's right? Like think about how many things we're not complaining about anymore.
Like, we used to have so much like critiques, and it's just like we haven't felt a loss in a couple months, a month,
right?
Or two.
It's like weird, bro. Like I'm just like, it's like I'm comfortable now, like where I'm like I'm expecting this, like, but like there's no deny. Like, as you've seen though, other fan bases, the ESPN already moved one of our games up to a national game because we all said it at the beginning of the offseason. At least I know I said, I think you did, but it's like, bro, there's a reason why they took us out of national televised games because they had no clue if Kevin Durant was going to be there. Then things change, and it's like I just had a feeling if this team got it together, it's like they're all going to switch. Before you know it, you're going to have us there. Like, it's just we should be more excited, bro. But it's almost kind of like
I'm still in shock. I'm just in shock right now.
Name a crazier turnaround in the last 10 years for a team. Like, name a crazier turnaround. Like, to go from KD. What?
I have to think like probably the Celtics last year, but
no, ours was crazy.
And like,
yeah, this probably is the craziest turnaround.
KD requested a trade. We needed a new coach. We thought that we were going to have Nash for another season. We needed a wing. KD comes back, right? We get not only one wing, we get one of our wings back, and then we get a new wing in Utah. So we basically get two elite wings, right? And then we get rid of Nash. We get Jock Vaughn, and Jock Vaughn just has the remedy. He just has the recipe to make us amazing, and he gets us to number 1 in offense and number 7 in defense. Mm-hmm. So he was the perfect fit for us. So we got the perfect fit coach, and we got 2 wings, bro. Let
me ask you this, Julian, AJ, Chubbs. Say we kill it the rest of the season. We get to the Eastern Conference Finals. Maybe we make it to the finals, right? Are you moving off Jock Vaughn in the offseason to bring in Ime?
Why?
No.
I'm asking that question. I mean, because there's still people that like
there's some people
say,
that think
I still want Ime, right? But it's like I had at some point, like, because clearly Jock, like, people that don't give Jock Vaughn any credit, and some maybe Igor on the thing, like, he's clearly done something to galvanize this team to get them to play together, like, because the energy is, you never heard these players after or before games talk about Nash in any way, not even positive, not even negative. They just didn't even bring his name up. Majority of the time now, since Jock Vaughn has taken over and this team has been doing well, you hear one of the players, if not more, mention Coach Vaughn and what he's doing. He's clearly done something to this team and a system. He was the defensive assistant coach, but now, I mean, it's clearly working. But you got to ask yourself, like, if Ime is available and we get into the playoffs, second round, whatever, Eastern Conference, maybe the finals, like, why would you guys get rid of him and go for Ime if Ime wanted to come up?
Nah, especially if we're looking this dominant in our in our wins, I'm not doing it. I'm on some like run it back type shit. Yeah. That's where the Lakers messed up to me when they gave up all their young guns. You know, when AD was injured and shit. Like run it back, bro. Especially if we look this good in the playoffs, run that shit back.
I'm still not sure because I gotta see how Jacques Vaughn coaches in the playoffs.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. If we look this good, you know,
if he fails in the playoffs, like coaching wise. I might have Ime on. I might have Ime on the speed.
That's
dial,
one
bro.
thing. That's one
not on the speed dial, but
Ime does have that. He was.
Wait. Let me explain. Not on the speed dial, but on my contact list. I might think about like texting him, be like, oh, you know, I'll think about texting him.
Well, AJ,
that's what I'll say. I'm not on the speed dial, but I'll think about texting.
What are those things though that you're looking for in the playoffs for Coach Vaughn to do? Right, because he's only done it a few times. He's only done it a few times where he's put out that like Steve Nash type lineup where we're like, yo, that must be left over from Nash. But like, what are you looking for in the playoffs for him to do to obviously stay? Or if he doesn't do these things, you're like, nah, I got Ime on speed dial. Like, what is it that you're looking for?
Well, like I said, the playoffs is the biggest coaching judge. Like, you know, a lot of teams. You think you have a good coach until the playoffs come, and the playoffs to me is all about adjustments. Like he's got to be on. First of all, he's got to read the room, know the situation, which he's been doing a good job this season.
What do you
know
mean
the situations,
read the room, though?
Call the timeouts when the timeouts are going. You know, do the substitutions when we need offense and defense. Do those substitutions. Just make good adjustments. You know what I'm saying? And that's probably
decision making.
Yeah, decision making. Yeah.
Like don't put out a line of Patty, Seth, and.
Don't be the reason why we lose.
See, that's the thing, though. Like,
don't be the reason why we lose.
I feel like Nash did not give us Nash didn't give us anything to work with in the Boston series. He didn't help us at all. But I just imagine Jacques Vaughn. I see him giving us everything like we need to beat teams. I just in my head I see it like that, and I think it'll be up to the players. Like I think if we were to lose, it would be because of our players or somebody underperformed. I have a hard time seeing Jacques Vaughn, like us catching the L because of Jacques Vaughn.
Maya B, shout out to you. Nets with Nash as a coach almost turned me into an alcoholic.
That's crazy.
Like, it's really crazy how bad he was at coaching. But with that, if we have a strong run and like we go out fighting, there's no reason to just put Vaughn to the side and just go get Ime. Because in a sense,
even if Vaughn fails in the playoffs, do you still like?
Depends on what it is. Right. If the team is better than us, that's one thing. But if like fucks up,
what was the thing we wanted when we got Ime? A guy that's gonna hold players accountable. Yeah, a guy that's gonna command the locker room.
John's doing
not only instill system, but instill a culture that has players believe and perform.
Defense.
They're doing that right now.
He's checking all of that.
You're right.
Even in our losses, and even when we had Kyrie out and we were just running KD and the role players,
we saw a difference.
You saw a difference. And not only do you see a difference, you saw a slow process of players slowly figuring it out, of players slowly buying into what Vaughn is trying to sell them. Like,
I agree.
You saw the video with Vaughn at the practice. He's like, look, I was asked to coach here. I did that. I was asked to coach this day. I did that. Now I'm being given the reins for the rest of the season. And like he pretty much said, I'm gonna go about it as a professional. And I hope you guys do the same. Like I'm gonna show up, and I hope you guys do the same. I have not seen Nash speak any lick of that type of language since he's gotten here.
Let alone how many times did we even see? How many times did we even? I know that like COVID probably didn't help that, but to actually see in the locker room this season so far, they've given us some looks inside the locker room that we just never had, and I know COVID had part to do with that. So that's that, and just to see the energy within that, like, because I wasn't. I know AJ. I know I wasn't. I think Chubbs. I think we all, when we first saw Jacques Vaughn was, that interim tag was taken off.
Nobody was
and we were like,
go look at the stream.
Like,
go look at that first
like
stream.
We were, but like I gotta admit, bro, like Vaughn has won me over, dude. Like he really, I gotta give credit to whoever's this, whether it was Sean Marks and Joe Tsai, whether it was a team decision as well. Like low key, it was probably the best move for us at the time, because I think that Ime coming in, even though we know about his coaching, like we know he can coach. I just don't know if what drama he was bringing would have affected the team. Kind of like how they treated Kyrie. Would Ime be treated that way? And like, would it be distracted? Would the players be arguing with the press? Like, I don't know. I just don't know. Like, how much distraction would that have affected the team? Who knows? But in hindsight, like looking at it now, it probably was the best move. That players jump behind Jacques Vaughn quickly. They've been playing great. Like the energy is there. Like they're trusting. Like, dude, I haven't, besides Cam Thomas, I have not seen one person on that team not happy.
Besides,
like when they look at the bench, that bench is so happy all the time, bro. Like everybody's happy. Everybody's like, you can even tell when other players yell at, when other players get on other players, like generally some of the rookies or whoever. It's not like this anger thing. It's like you can tell these guys are trying to teach people, trying to get people in better positions. Like, hey, you need to come up and set the screen. You need to do this. You need to do that. Like whatever's being taught is bleeding into the rest of the team for sure.
And one thing with that is he knows his roster, or more so, he knows what to put out when push comes to shove.
Yeah.
Like he knows, okay, this is the lineup. TJ is going to come off the bench first. Or in this situation, Yuta's going to come off the bench first. It's very rare we see Cam or Patty come off the bench earlier when he was here. Now we barely see Patty unless absolutely necessary now. That's the beauty of it. He knows his roster, and he sees if you have deficiencies, he's just not going to play you.
That's what I do. Yeah,
we haven't seen Markieff. I hope he gets better. We haven't seen Markieff in weeks.
No. Well, I mean, that to add to your saying, Chubbs, the biggest thing that I'm loving about Jacques Vaughn is when somebody's stinking up the joint out there and like not playing well, or they're just off. Like he has no problem yanking them and not playing them the rest of the game and going with somebody who's effective. And I think he's done a great job of putting Sumner in play. I think he's done a great job of utilizing Yuta. He's doing a great job of utilizing TJ. It just seems like every game TJ is getting better and better, and just like I think we're happy now with what TJ's doing. But if TJ stays healthy by the end of the season's into the playoffs, bro, like he is low key and underrated. Like where everybody keeps saying we need that third scorer, Like, dude, he's slowly. Like if you watched him tonight, like he did some things where he was like he's like setting up a little pick for himself to hit a three. Like he's doing shit that you want a dude coming off the bench, like a 6-man type guy to do, that can fill up the sheet. And I just hope, dude, knock on wood, stays healthy, because I love that he's utilizing the players that are best fitting this lineup. And it doesn't look like he's playing favorites, where I felt like Steve Nash did that shit a lot of the times.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Where it would be like, why, dude? Like, dude hasn't scored all game, but you got him in at the end of the fourth. Like, what's wrong with you? Like,
yeah. And the thing is, if you don't play defense, Vaughn has no problems dropping your ass. Unless your name is Ben Simmons, KD, or Kyrie, he has no problem just dropping you from the rest of the game or the next series of games. And that's the one thing I do love. Like Patty was in the doghouse for a minute, and now Markieff is in the doghouse because he's like, yo, you don't play defense, you're not playing. And that's one of the things I love with Jacques. Meanwhile, Steve Nash would have had a stay ready group, still trying to work Patty and Markieff into the rotation.
And players are responding to it.
Yes, they are positively.
You saw Patty after getting shut down. He came back and went on a little. We're like, we couldn't even bag on Patty at all. We're like, he's hitting shots.
Open. He was open. Like, what? He wanted
that press conference with where Katie and Kyrie spoke about him showing them their box scores. You could see in that moment that they have the utmost respect for him. And he doesn't even have a whole bunch of accolades. He didn't take a team to a finals. He's not a championship. But you could tell they respect him to the utmost, bro. Because that's pretty savage, bro. You come out. That's like your teacher coming out to the whole class and then putting everybody's test results on the screen. It's very savage, you know.
Yeah, the box out. Shout out.
Yeah.
The box out shit.
That shit is savage.
Yeah.
But like they respected it because it made everybody. Now they send more people at rebound. More players at rebound.
That box out percentage thing was sorry to cut you off, Julian.
No,
that box out percentage thing was very underrated.
Yes,
because every interview afterwards, you can tell that fucked with the players.
It did.
Someone said, "Yo, I asked Ben Simmons. He didn't even want to disclose, and he was fucking."
But bro, sometimes maybe this is part of the thing with Coach Vaughn that some people respond differently. Like if I came to you, Chubbs and Julian, and I was trying to get you to change something, and I'm sitting there, we just constantly talking hey man, you guys got to do this, you got to do that. Some people, y'all may not respond to what I have to say, but if I just come in and say, hey, boom, and I put facts on the table in front of you, it completely wipes out anything in your brain trying to make an excuse or or it's just here are the facts. We've got to change this. Let's get to work. And sometimes that approach is so much more beneficial than sitting there trying to sit down and have a conversation and work it out. And, hey, what's going on? What do you think I need to, no, sometimes you just need to hit people with cold hard facts.
Grown ass men.
Exactly. And I get the vibe a little bit just from the things that we're saying that's the kind of coach and how he's treating these players instead of getting into let's hug a player or clap or whatever the shit Nash was doing. It just wasn't working, so I don't know. But
even this game in the third quarter, you can tell when he called the timeout, Vaughn had a disgusted look on his face. He looked yo, what the fuck are y'all doing? Call the timeout. Tighten the fuck up. And then we proceeded to beat that ass for the quarter and call the game. So he's doing shit that honestly is generic. It's cookie cutter. But sometimes you just need the simplistic shit for a team to look fucking terrific.
Yeah.
Especially if you already had the pieces and the really, 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 really big pieces like KD and Kyrie.
Yo, AJ, you want to get out of here?
I'll take the silence as a yes.
Yeah,
you're probably talking to a ting right now.
All right, well we can shut it down. Yeah, man. Our next game is what? Thursday.
When? What is it about?
Is it Thursday? No. When is the next game? I'm so tired. I've been working. Hey, I'm glad to be out with you guys because I literally have been working way too much.
Yeah,
are you gonna be at the next one?
No, I think you're gonna be working, right?
You're gonna be working.
But I won't be here for the next one. I think I'll be here for the Saturday or Sunday game. The next one, the Bulls. I'm just working so goddamn much.
Ooh, okay, so you'll be back probably by the Heat.
Yeah, I think the Heat game I'll be back for. Yeah, I'm gonna miss the next two, and then I'll be back for that Heat game. Yeah. Hey, dude, right? Sometime in life, you gotta be grown up, bro.
Yeah.
And work is just kicking my ass right now. I'm working way more than any human should. But it is what it is.
We'll hold it down.
The end. Oh no, I listen to you guys every time, dude. I love it.
Seeing you in the chat.
So, but chat 12 in a row, we did it.
Like the stream,
Julian. Yep, like the stream on the way out. Subscribe if you have not. 12 in a row. I still think we can keep this going, man.
Definitely think we got 13.
So, all right, y'all. You have a good night. AJ, if you can hear us, we're shutting it down for you. Peace out. Later, y'all. Later, Chubbs. Later, Julie.
See y'all.
Peace out, y'all.
Later, chat.